Hello, I am Baal Kadmon, and I'd like to thank you for joining me on this podcast. Today, I'm going to read a chapter from my book, Tefillin Magick. It's a very unique book, and it's very different from the other books that I've written. Many people do not associate tefillin with magic. It's actually a very sacred Jewish rite, and for some people, it might very well be sacrilegious. I've already received hate mail and at least one death threat, and I knew that was going to happen. But I still believed it should be done because I've used it, and a few other of my friends have used it too, and they absolutely loved it. So in this podcast, I will have one of the chapters read for you, and I hope you enjoy it. The mystical significance of tefillin. As with most Jewish rituals, there is a deep meaning behind them. For some it is just a routine, but for those who need to go deeper and want to learn more, significance of the rituals will not be disappointed in Jewish mysticism. Judaism has an incredibly deep mystical tradition, by far one of the most comprehensive of the Western religious traditions. This tradition is usually referred to by a catch-all name, Kabbalah. The Kabbalah is very complex, and this is certainly not the place for an elaborate explanation. I will be creating a course on that in the near future. However, in saying that, I will cover some of the more esoteric aspects of the tefillin so you can get a taste of what you will be immersing yourself in when you wear them for your rituals. As I stated, the tefillin is comprised of two boxes, one to be placed on your forehead and one on your arm. These placements are not random. Aside from the Bible stating where these signs must be placed, there is a deep significance as to why it is on the arm and on the forehead. It is no coincidence that the arm tefillin is placed on the left arm. The left arm is closest to the heart, which is considered in all mystical teachings as the seat of the soul. The tefillin on the forehead rests atop our eyes and brain. Together they bind our heart, mind, and our actions together as one service of the divine. When you wear the tefillin, you are instantly connecting your entire being to spirit, and they are acting as one. But how does this work exactly? What is the spiritual mechanism involved in this unification and cleaving to the divine? To understand this, we need to understand how the universe is constructed and how energy passes through it from the Kabbalistic perspective. The energy of the universe and its very existence is explained in the Kabbalah through a concept called the Tree of Life, and within this tree there are 10, alternately 11 spheres of emanations. Each sphere contains a power center in which all aspects of the universe emerges. They are more popularly known as the 10 Sfirot to those who study Kabbalah. If you'd like to see an image of the Tree of Life, please go to www.baalkadmon.com/tree. Let me quickly explain them in context of this book. To reiterate, the 10 Sfirot is the infrastructure the divine uses to send energy to the world and out of the world. Each emanation is a standalone unit, but is also contained within a grouping of emanations. We have the first 3, which represents the 3 levels of the intellect, and subsequent 7 are emotional attributes. The one in the shadows is called Da'at. Da'at is knowledge, and we will get to that in a moment. We will start the Tree of Life from the top to the bottom. Keter means crowned and represents the divine will to create. Chokhmah means wisdom and represents creation from nothingness. Binah means understanding, the infinite flash of Chokhmah brought into the vessel of understanding. Da'at means knowledge. Chesed means kindness, loving grace, love of God, inspiring vision. Gvura means strength. Tiferet means beauty, balance between chesed and gvura and compassion. Netzach means victory. Hod means splendor or withdrawal, surrender. Yesod means foundation. And Malchut means kingship or kingdom, its creation, and earth the endpoint for the energy from above. This is where we are. The Tree of Life, like a fractal, is replicated in all the universe, from the top to the bottom, right to left, up and down, ad infinitum. It is literally the DNA of all there is. So how does this fit in with the tefillin? Good question. The head tefillin and the 10 sefirot. Since this tefillin is on the head, it is the crown of being. It cleaves us to the divine desire and purpose of creation. Within the head tefillin contains the chapters of the Torah we discussed in a previous chapter that represent chokhmah, wisdom, binah, understanding, and dat, knowledge. Here we cleave to these emanations not only in our lives, but also in the divine. The hand tefillin and the 10 sefirot. In order for us to truly understand and contain the divine wisdom we are connecting to from the head tefillin, we must connect with the rest of our being. The hand tefillin represents the other sefirot all the way to Malchut. This is symbolized by the fact that when one wraps the tefillin on the arm, it is wrapped 7 times, each wrap for the 7 emotional attributes. With our entire being wrapped in divine, miracles can ensue. This was, of course, a basic overview of the mystical aspects of tefillin. I will now dedicate the rest of this chapter to various passages found in the Kabbalah regarding tefillin, so you get an even deeper understanding of how important it is within the mystical tradition of Judaism. Zohar, chapter 1, verse 140b. When a man wears the tefillin, he enters a realm where the Holy One himself surrounds him with the mystery of the highest faith. Zohar, chapter 3, verse 81a. The man who wears tefillin is crowned as on high. He enters the perfection of unity and so resembles his Creator. Zohar chapter 3 verse 169b. He who wears tefillin is called a king on earth, even as God is called king in heaven. Zohar 55. When a man wears tefillin, a voice proclaims to all the angels of the chariot who watch over prayer, "Give honor to the image of the king, the man who wears tefillin." Zohar 69. A man wearing tefillin is enveloped by the supernal mind, and the divine presence does not depart him. Zohar 6, Truman 41b. When a man wakes up in the morning and binds himself with the holy mark of the tefillin, 4 angels greet him as he leaves his door. Lekutei Moharan, a Hasidic text, chapter 47, it states, "Tefillin can bring a person to truth." The above is just a small fraction of what the wisdom literature has to say about the tefillin. I am sure you can see just how powerful they are. Now that we covered that, the next 2 chapters will be mostly technical in nature. We will discuss what you need to perform Tefillin Magick and how to actually wear them. Once we do that, we will move on to the rituals. There you have it, my friends, a chapter from my Tefillin Magick book. I hope you enjoyed it. I will speak to you soon. So mote it be.